at Gillette Stadium. Ashland is the Super Bowl champion of Division VI and the winner of the Aganis Trophy.
Good evening and welcome to WACA-TV here at the Plateau. My name is Daniel Vetstein and besides me is Josh Abrams. Josh, it's senior night tonight at the Plateau. Ashland boys varsity soccer versus the Blackstone Valley Tech Beavers. The Beavers are 14-0-2. On the other hand, the Clockers are 10-4-2. What do you expect the Clockers to do coming out of the gates right away?
Hopefully they can establish some dominance early, Daniel. I mean, both these teams, based on their records, based on the power rankings in MIAA Division III, I believe. Yep. These are a couple heavyweights. And, I think we got an exciting night here. Again, to couple it with senior night, we got a big crowd on hand. Again, the boys soccer team generally plays at the middle school. Great to have them here on the Plateau. And, looking forward to a great night.
Yeah, the Blackstone Valley Tech Beavers are 12th in the MIAA. They're not in our division. On the other hand, the Clockers are 6th total in MIAA. So going to be a really good close game.
Yeah, just for referencing, they are actually in the same division. They're both Division III, different conferences.
That's what I meant.
Different conferences. Yeah. Yep, no problem. Want to make sure our young listeners on the live stream are keeping up with us. So I was counting it. I was looking over these rosters. Again, very deep rosters, very experienced, right? The Clockers have 18 seniors, 5 juniors out of 25 on the roster. And the BVT Beavers, 10 seniors, 10 juniors on a 24-person roster. So again, a lot of experience between these two teams.
Beavers will kick off to start the game. And we are underway at the Plateau. Quick interception by Bailey Fong. Trying to go up the field is Andre Costa, playing it towards Noah Ramsey. Too big of a touch and out of bounds.
But you like the aggressiveness early here, Daniel. Again, I apologize. This is my first time seeing the boys soccer team all season. Probably the latest in the season I've seen them play in a number of years, and just already taken by how fast this game moves, compared to the girls' soccer, compared to youth soccer that I've seen in the area. This is going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, they just recently played their game against Holliston. It was back and forth game all game long. You could just see how quickly each team was moving. In the end, the Clockers came away with a 2-0 win, dominating that very good Panthers team.
So, of course, Coach Tiago Mota, 9th year now with the program, does a great job year in, year out. And, I feel like, again, with these seniors, I feel like I've been seeing them since they were freshmen, and even earlier with AYS, so Ashland Youth Soccer.
So let's address the elephant in the room, okay. The blonde hair. Usually teams will do that once they make the playoffs. Now, not the playoffs yet, as here's a chance for Ramsey.
Open net. Great defensive play. Wow. I mean, even from up here, you could see that Noah was going to get to that ball before the keeper. Dangerous play, and only a smart heads-up play by the defense. The Beaver defense thwarts an early Clocker goal. But yes, I do see a lot of blonde hair on that Beaver team.
Yeah, so usually teams will come together and say, we're making the playoffs, we're going to do something. It's usually about their hair for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
Clockers thought about getting mullets, but in the end, I think they're also going to go with bleached hair.
Okay. I can tell you, mullets take some time. That takes some planning. You gotta really plan that out ahead of time. Both these teams, again, we are very late in the season at this point. Clockers, after tonight, just have one more game Tuesday night here again on the Plateau, and Pete Clay and I will have that one here, all the play-by-play on WACA. So I could see, again, typically maybe they wait for the playoffs to do the whole blonde thing to bleach the hair, but both these teams have pretty much locked down playoff spots. So why not attack early, right?
Yeah, and mostly seems like they're both going to get home games depending on what the Beavers do in these last two games, but Clockers surely seem to look like they're getting a home game.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, for soccer, is it top 32, top 33?
Yeah, it's 32 It's going to be a tournament of 32, so top 16 get.
Yep, get the home field. Yep, in the first round. So we have Rob Silver and I were doing the football game here last night, and football's a little different. Football, only the top 16 from each division goes. So so many rules and so many things to keep track of, just from sport to sport, division to division. So yeah, again, Clockers in the driver's seat right now, looking forward to to open the playoffs with a home game. But gotta still take care of business here. No score. We're deadlocked. 36.5 minutes to go in the first half. It's been a very back and forth affair so far, although Beavers, I don't think have had a shot on goal just yet.
They're getting close.
They are getting close.
Machado trying to find somewhere to go with it. Ends up playing a very good pass.
Yeah, both these teams, just the passing games are terrific. They really are, just fundamentally sound. A lot of fun to watch. Clockers boot that one out of trouble, but out of bounds. It'll be a throw in here for the Beavers.
So Blackstone Valley, it's not just one town, correct? It has multiple towns into it?
Correct. I mean, it's a regional. It's also a vocational technical school. So, not your typical public school. And they generally play other vocational technical schools. Let's see what goes on here. Noah in a foot race doesn't quite get there in time. Keeper coming way out to get to, again, thwart a potential Clocker attack. Good leg on that guy. Look at that boot all the way down, well into Clocker territory here, down the near side. That Hunter Meg's going to try and track this down. A little bit of a screen for keeper Mikey Flynn. Turns it right back around, and here come the Clockers.
A nice kick up the field from Lucas Arjona as Meggs tries to settle it with pressure put on him.
And Dan, you had mentioned earlier, right, this is a non-league game for the two teams, and yet somehow I feel like I've announced multiple sports this fall playing these Beavers across, again, multiple sports between, I think, football, girls soccer, now boys soccer as well. But not a typical opponent year in, year out.
What's the outcome been so far?
That's a good question. Like all these games kind of bleed into each other, and I generally don't keep track. I don't remember scores or finals once they've happened. I get home, tell my wife and kids about the game, and then it's on to the next one. Bill Belichick, I think, would be proud. We're on to the next one.
Mason Dorr, the keeper for the Beavers. He's a senior from Grafton. So captain Dorr and then senior Mikey Flynn on the other side. We usually see Sebring Feenstra playing, but of course senior night, Mikey Flynn will play.
At least the first half, right?
Yep.
Felt like that Beaver back line was moving in unison, just a straight line as they moved back to get that ball.
Yeah, that's really important to do. They try to keep the on-line, the offsides line together at all times, not one person go too far and lead someone running in behind to be onside.
It's a nice play right in front of us in midfield. It was Nathan Weidlich. Weidlich, excuse me. Thank you. My apologies to the Weidlich family. First game of the year for me for the boys soccer team. But Nathan made a terrific heads-up play. Really read it, got there, and again, booted it down the field. Eventually turned into an out-of-bounds Beaver ball, and we're starting to put together a little attack. The Clockers stop it, turn the ball right back over near midfield.
It was a good step up by Fong, but he just couldn't hold possession after the pass from Noah Ramsey. Down on that top side of your screen. Fight for the ball. Keyshawn Graham wins it in a difficult position, and it's played right back to him. And Graham with pace. But in the end, the ball won by Kari Toku.
He played that really nicely. Here come the Beavers over midfield. Attackers making sure they're staying onside.
Ball out of bounds for a Beaver throw-in.
Clock ticks down. We're under about 32 minutes to go here in the first half. Still no score between your Ashland Clockers and the BVT Beavers. That out of bounds. We're going to get a timeout. We get some substitutions.
Declan Vento coming in for Nathan Weidlich. Qua Acosta in for Tyler Pena, and Arthur Souza in. Carvalho gets fouled from behind. Felipe missed game 2 games ago. That was here. We did this one. It was me and Rob.
Yep.
They rested him. He's a captain, senior, getting him ready for the playoffs, but of course a big game tonight, so they want to play him.
That one did go out of bounds off a clocker, so BVT throw in here.
So a big difference from this game compared to the last game a couple days ago against Holliston is just not going as back and forth as we saw that game. That game was just high-paced all 80 minutes of the game. And this one more possession-based like we've seen them do in the past. Good play by Meggs to get that ball up to Andre Costa.
And again, just, I mean, from up here in the press box, this looks fast. I know on the field it's even faster.
Yeah, Costa plays for IFA. Really, really talented player. Interesting, we have 2 Costas on the team. We have Andre, number 10, and then his little brother, Kyle, who's number 20. Here's a through ball played in behind, but Flynn's able to step up and clear that one out of trouble.
Right now at the moment, it feels like BVT's just a step faster getting to the ball. Clockers had some early control and possession, but it feels like BVT's kind of turned it around a little bit. Again, no score on on the board.
Well, things like that can change. The score stays the same, and then all of a sudden tactics change, and then one team's dominating that wasn't in the early game. We saw it earlier today, actually. El Clasico, Barcelona, Real Madrid. Real was dominating first half, then Barca came back and won 4-0. Ball played back to Mason Dorr. Looking up the field. A good turn by Barroso. Corpita Torku. A good dummy play.
I was wondering if that was intentional or not. It went right through the wickets.
Yeah.
BVT's getting to this ball first in the corner. Bringing it out. Going to get a shot on? Maybe, yes. But no angle, right in front, and there's a goal.
So early in the game on senior night, Clockers look a little bit shaky. The goal is to Aaron Corpy. So the Plateau, 0 noise coming from this Clocker side. That's not what you want to hear.
Stunned into silence.
It's not what you want to hear on senior night.
No, and that play just seemed to develop, had an innocent start to it, and then all of a sudden the ball carrier just was able to keep going. I thought he had no angle on the side of the net, but he put it out there, deflected off, and boom, in the net, just like that, 1-0. Just under 29 minutes to go here in the first half. So again, tons of time here in the first half, let alone the entire game. BVT starting to turn on the Jets here on the near side. Centering pass blocked aside, Clockers recover.
Declan Vento. Meggs and Draper, the 2 center backs, both seniors. Second to last game of the regular season, and then we have playoffs. Here's another good attack with some pace on it.
Oh. Got a little worried for Hunter there as his leg kind of went out on him trying to field that ball.
Souza with a nice header, and Felipe Carvalho tried to Travella a pass in, but didn't get to its target. Ball back in possession with the Clockers. Souza with plenty of defenders around him. Nice scissors move. Torku trying to get in, and he does. But it will be a Clockers throw-in.
I forgot Souza having that move. I've seen that before. First time this year. But wow, great ball handling capabilities.
Yeah, Souza, TVL All-Star last year. Good chance he makes it again this year. Fong tried to thread that ball over the top, got deflected and back into Beaver possession.
I mean, any direction he was looking in, there were Beavers. There was nowhere to go with that one. Centering pass right to Hunter Meigs.
Good over the head pass, and a high through ball will get headed away by Jamie Draper.
And another one by Declan.
Good play by Vento and Souza to double team and get the ball away from him. Draper to Arjona. Now on that far side, Conrado. Playing that give and go game, tiki-taka style football.
Yeah, Clockers showing just some really nice touch on these short passes.
Clockers are not afraid to hold that ball deep in their own field. It's a good play by Meigs to get away from the pressure. Leave it to Declan Vento as he's trying to go over. Here's Keyshawn. Keyshawn has players behind him. Gives it up
Starting to bunch
Souza.
up a little bit. They got to spread out.
You know, Sousa's playing that 9 position. He's all the way back in there. And a chip from, or maybe a chipper. Just a miscommunication there. I think he was going for a through ball over the top to Arthur. Arthur didn't run in behind. Ended up in the hands of Dorr.
Okay, about 25 and a half minutes to go in the first half. Clockers down 1-0 to the BVT Beavers. Beavers with the ball.
This one over the top. And Flynn with plenty of time to scoop that one up.
Plenty of time, plenty of space.
Meigs playing up the middle of the field, dangerous.
Yeah, he's got to clear that, at least that first defender with that pass.
It was Henny that intercepted that one. Over the top, Arthur Souza running in behind. Souza on that right foot could not get the shot off. Saved by Mason Dorr.
Great effort by Souza as well. I mean, he had a kind of a line drive header, like heading it, I can't even describe, but just a wonderful play there, and was getting harassed by the defenseman all the way in. Was able to get a shot on, but keeper was equal to it.
Couldn't get that left foot on it because the defender was in his way. Declan Vento trying to go up the field. Torku with a good turn to take possession back.
A little surprised there. Bailey didn't push that right back into the offensive zone. He opted to kick it backwards.
Graham kept on sides, now down that baseline and just missed that dribble out of bounds for a goal kick. We saw Graham score a goal a couple nights ago at Canadian Field. He wants to get back there again and score for 2 consecutive games. More subs on the field. Victor Andrade on. Souza will take a quick break. This one past half field off the goal kick. Off the chest of Felipe. A good turn by Bailey Fong, but that one just rolled too far past him. And Houlihan was just playing around with it, some unnecessary.
I was thinking the exact same thing.
He's going with the dummy moves, but there was no one there as great challenge inside the box. Draper, dangerous play, but got all ball.
And then immediately just kicked it as hard as he could out of bounds. Just settle the Clockers down a little bit here. under 23 minutes to go in the first half. Clockers down 1-0. So a throw in here for the Beavers in Clocker territory on the far side.
Played quickly at the feet. Corpy switches the field. Hey.
Declan stepping up.
Up the field towards Andrade, and he'll lay it off to Andre Costa. Great elbow move. Felipe tried to get it to Victor, just not tall enough to get that head on it. So Clockers mostly playing in the midfield, have had a difficult time getting the ball up and finding shots on net. The times they have gotten it up, again, dribbled out of bounds or lost possession close to the goal.
Yeah, I mean, the Beavers are playing very tight. They were forechecking earlier, and again, the Clockers are having a lot of trouble being able to penetrate deep into the zone and be able to actually, either have a set play or set piece, right? Is that what you call it, Daniel?
Yeah.
Okay.
Set piece takes place on a dead play, like a corner kick,
Gotcha.
free kick. But interesting that they're seeing Blackstone. They're not used to this team, so it's a good check to see what it's going to be like in the playoffs. Both teams high up there in those ranks.
Yeah, again, the Beavers coming in tonight undefeated on the season. But again, not a lot of common opponents, so it's kind of difficult to gauge who's the stronger team, despite the fact that the Clockers do have the higher ranking in the power rankings.
They did play Norton recently. They tied 1-0. On the other hand, Clockers beat Norton 4-0. So that's the only game that you can really make anything of it before seeing this. Carvalho playing possession. Enrique back to Carvalho. Try to go through, ball to, it was Victor Andrade, too far in front of him.
Yeah, Jamie headed that right into a Beaver, but no danger right immediately, at least. The Beavers do control for a moment. Oh, I thought the Clockers were going to break down that far side.
Costa.
It just seems like every time they try to get something going on offense, it's two Clockers on about 7 Beavers. I mean, the Beavers definitely playing back whenever the Clockers try to mount an offensive attack.
Costa tried to find the ball to Carvalho, out of bounds. So again, senior night, we want to say congratulations to all the seniors for the Clocker side. We have a lot. Just to list them out real quick. Mikey Flynn, Lucas Arjona, Pedro Borges, Jamie Draper, Bailey Fong, Noah Ramsey, Andre Costa, Felipe de Carvalho, Likith Soma, Tyler Pena, Victor Andrade, Joshua Steinberg, Keyshawn Graham, Hunter Meggs, Nathan Weidlich, Daniel Turner, Jace Raw, and Lucas Velasquez.
Hope you took a deep breath before you shared all those names with us. And I can tell you it was one of the longer senior night celebrations pregame that I've seen in quite a long time.
Here's Houlihan, taken away by Vento. Play back to Meggs. Just no one around the ball when we get it into that midfield. No one to pass to immediately, so having to do these tough dribble moves that don't always play out. Threw a ball up the field out of bounds, though. It was Keyshawn Graham looking for Victor Andrade.
Okay, just over 18 minutes to go now in the first half. Clockers down 1-0. Beavers on the throw-in as we get a handful of substitutions by the Beavers. Getting a gorgeous sunset up here on the plateau, though the temperature is starting to drop.
Ball in behind. Draper gets a good body onto it to force that ball away from the attacking Matthew Drons.
That's fine. Weidlich, I thought was booting that one out of bounds, but play continues. Big header there.
Here's Graham with it. Hard pass towards Bailey Fong, but he controls it well. So a lot of through balls over the top, trying to find that number 9. This time Andrade. It's just difficult to get it to him when that, as you said before, defensive line for the Beavers moves in unison.
And their keeper, Mason Dorr, very aggressive. He again, anything close, he is running right out there, leaving the goal mouth, not afraid to make a play there, keep the Clockers from putting anything together. That was wow. That was an impressive whistle from the far side of the field. That ref called. It's a bad. Oh, okay. I thought it was it's gonna be a turnover. There was a bad throw, and it was too fast.
So it's Matthew Drons getting a redo, another captain for this Beavers team. As a shot followed up, took a deflection, but an easy save for Mikey Flynn.
He made it look easy. There was a lot of traffic in front of him, and very impressive for him to be able to track the ball through all those bodies. Play was a little more dangerous than it looked.
Mikey made varsity sophomore year, took junior year off to play football, says it helped him with his hands. Played receiver, back, playing soccer, and controlling that box for the Clockers so far, besides that one unfortunate miscommunication.
Yeah, on that Beaver goal, it definitely looked like there was some kind of a defensive breakdown there. There were way too many bodies in front of the net when that shot ricocheted around and in.
One thing that could be in play, as you said, it's cold out. That presentation was very long. They didn't have much time to warm up after that long presentation. So these seniors might be a little bit tight so far into this game, as Andrade and Carvalho trying to communicate who's going to take the ball. In the end, it's Carvalho. Behind is Noah Ramsey on that left flank. He's going to cut onto that right foot. Takes the shot on. Got blocked, but Ramsey sticking with it.
Slide tackle. There's the call.
He got ball, but he just got in the way. So an opportunity for a pretty long free kick, so most likely looking for a ball towards the back post.
It's a great opportunity for the Clockers. Let's see if they can connect here.
Here's Felipe taking it, chips it up towards that back post. The header was just missed by Hunter Meggs.
Good call on where he was going with it, though, Daniel. It's looking like you've seen a good amount of Ashland soccer this year.
So goal kick, just more than halfway done with this first half. 1-0, Beavers up, putting pressure on this Clockers team away from home and on their senior night. Interesting, the crowd has not gotten involved as much as we would think. Yes, they're down, but we still want to see appreciation towards these players. See if that can ramp up and help flip the momentum.
Well, again, it could be the cold weather's playing a factor here, right? Fans are not moving around right now, so the cold is starting to set in for them. Here's a throw in for the Beavers. Gonna take a nice long running start.
Foot was on the line. Surprised they didn't call that one back. That one out of bounds. That was by Noah Ramsey. Just trying to clear that one away from pressure.
Yeah, Daniel, what I was trying to look for was the back foot on the throw-in, right? Like, taking that much of a running start, it's got to be so hard to be able to keep that back foot down as you throw toward the net. And they are getting some good distance on those throw-ins.
Yeah, especially on turf. It can kind of bounce up, but I think the refs are pretty lenient with the turf. Different on grass where it can just smoothly go through. So here's Campanero, another captain of this team.
Tried to bend it. Clocker's able to knock it aside. Still loose in front. Good step up but not out. Here come the Clockers.
And with an opportunity here, Felipe with some pace.
Too far. He had a teammate on the wing. Couldn't get it to him. 12 minutes to go here in the first half. Clockers down 1-0 to the BVT Beavers.
Dora with a large kick up the field. And Clocker's not so aggressive going towards that ball off the first bounce like they normally are.
Either that or they're just not reading it well.
So, corner kick. After that play, Vento had to get it out of pressure. More substitutions for the Beavers taking place.
They are definitely rotating players in and out much more often than the Clockers so far. Okay, so corner kick. Dan, taking a look here at the configuration. What do you think? What are we going to see here?
I think they're going to run in towards that back post. He's going to try to curve it away from that goal. Instead, plays it short towards that near post, but able to get taken away. Ramsey with it. He can play that across the field. He does beautifully. Here's Josh. Josh Steinberg just took too big of a touch, but ends up being back in Clocker possession, going through. But Dorr steps up and has a save.
I feel like we've seen that movie before.
Yeah, it's not just been Dorr stepping up and making those saves. It's been those through balls just being too far. Vento misses that header, try to settle the ball, and then tangled up. And a foul will be given to the Clockers. They caught Aaron Corpy with his hands on the jersey of Declan Vento. Almost a breaking opportunity.
But that's what the point I was trying to make earlier, right? Is the Clockers just not able to break through that back line.
Strange. Today they seem to be going up the center well. In past times they go towards that.
It's the offsides.
Either way, out of bounds. He was not offsides. So as I was saying, they're going over the top more than they usually do. They usually play it towards those outside winger positions on those through balls, but haven't done that as much tonight.
Wonder if they saw something in the tape on the Beavers that they're trying a different tactic.
4 Clockers are going to be changed. Pedro Borges, Keyshawn Graham, Arthur Souza, and Andre Costa back on. Vento, Fong, Steinberg. Actually, there was 5. Felipe Carvalho and Victor Andrade out. Keyshawn Graham with the head on. In the end, was not challenging for Dorr.
Probably it was the end of that play, a bit of an unnecessarily dramatic fall to the ground by keeper Mora. It was like he made the save, the crowd reacted to it, and then he went down to the ground.
Well, they're up with the lead, just trying to take as much time off the clock as possible. It's a cheesy move, but keepers do it all over the world now.
Great. Okay, we got a timeout called by the Beavers. Interesting here with 8:21 to go. They're up 1-0. So, Dan, I don't know about you. I mean, so far, this game's lived up to the billing, right? Again, in the pregame, we felt like this is a battle of a couple of heavyweights, high ranking. The Beavers coming in tonight undefeated, and just a 1-0 lead for them so far.
Yeah, I mean, taking a look at the Beavers' schedule, it looks like the Clockers would defeat them on paper, but then you take a look at the rankings, and then it makes more sense seeing that they're just below the Clockers, and you can definitely see it on the field.
So do want to take a moment here, thank our crew tonight. We've got Jeff Hall running things down below in the control room. We got Luis Miranda running camera for us tonight up here on the deck. Appreciate those guys. We can't do it without them. And again, I mean, they do a great job. They're here very early to get set up. There's a lot of cables, a lot of flashing lights. I mean, we're just the pretty people here on camera. We're not even on camera. We're the dulcet tones on your microphone, bringing you all the play-by-play action. So I'm Josh Abrams. He's Daniel Vetstein. We're glad to have you with us here on a beautiful fall Saturday night in Ashland. I think we're wrapping up this timeout, so I think we got enough time for tonight's dad joke.
All right, let's hear it.
You ready?
Yep.
Okay, what time is it when a soccer team chases a baseball team?
I'm not sure.
It's 11 after 9. Yeah, I know.
Well, anyways, team's getting back on the field. 8 minutes, 21 seconds left in the half. Clockers hoping to get one to tie it up or more before halftime. Neely will throw it in. It was Machado who went over the head of him and then found the pass towards the other field. Here he is again.
Crossfield pass.
Yep, Beavers love to switch that field, make Clockers look differently at every play.
Here's Ramsey, trying to settle things down, slow it down a little bit.
Well, that's not going to do it. Hunter Meggs' first touch clearance just doesn't have the full foot on it and leaves an opportunity here, luckily out of bounds. Meggs had the time to take another touch and play that short pass.
By the way, I do want to remind folks watching on the live stream, we are monitoring the feed on YouTube. If you want to go into chat, give a shout out to your favorite player, or let us know where you're watching from if you're outside the Metro West Boston area. Always like finding out where people are from. I know this team, they've got plenty of relatives all over the country, all over the world, in fact. So WACA going coast to coast and around the world.
And on radio stations now, correct?
Thank you. Yes, good call. WACA recently launched its internet radio. So if you're listening on our internet radio station, welcome aboard. Glad to have you with us. Talk a little bit more next time out about some of WACA's recent technological advancements and enhancements.
A foul, and then something after it. Andre Costa.
Is he going to get a yellow card for that?
He might, and yep, the ref looking towards that pocket.
Yeah, there it is. Got a little too demonstrative in that reaction. Clock stops with 6:35 to go in the first half. Clockers down 1-0. Beavers will have control.
And that's unfortunate because now Costa has to come out of the game for a little bit. Don't see that in the pros, but in MIIA, you have to come out of the game when you get a yellow card for just a couple minutes. Ball played. It was Cook trying to thread it over the top. Flynn easily.
I feel like Draper's getting turned around a little bit, trying to track down that, I guess you can call it a shot. Flynn seemed to call him off. He had the easier play facing the play, so. Okay, clock to a throw in on the Beaver side of the field. This is Noah Ramsey.
He's going to throw down the line. Tried to go over the top to Souza. Souza just didn't want to run on that one. Here's Costa.
Little collision
Souza
there.
again on that left foot, goes for the cross.
It looked like Graham was just a step too late trying to get there in time, step in front of the keeper.
Yeah, if that ball was played on his right foot and most likely on the other side, it would have been played differently. Souza, a natural righty, but good to see him using both feet there. Here's Cook, another captain of this team, taken away. Souza and Ramsey together. Souza
A little extra.
called for a touch.
A little extra contact there.
Yep, he was calling for a touch, talking with the referees about it, but referees having none of it.
Nope.
Already booked Costa. Souza had a yellow card the past home game. That one against Wayland, another non-league game. Interesting how we're seeing so many non-league games.
Okay, under 5 minutes to go in the first half. Clockers down 1-0. Beavers bringing the ball upfield on the far side.
It's going to be interesting to see what Coach Moda has to do with this team coming into that second half, what dynamic changes they're going to take. Ramsey missed the header on that one, trying to go over the top of him. And Costa uses his body, but a foul called on him in the end.
So Beavers with a free kick here on the near side, close to midfield.
To take the free kick is Campanero. This one's played on the ground, didn't get full air on that one. Yeah, we just saw it right there again. The Clockers being hesitant. No one really wants to step up and say, I got it. Ball went to Draper. Didn't want it at first. As Draper, the big touch, somehow gets it out of pressure. Out of bounds for a Clockers throw-in. Stoppage of play. Nathan Weidlich to throw this one in.
How did that ball stay in? Thought that was easily going out of bounds. Play continues. Clock's under heavy pressure here at midfield. Back pass. Keeping it on the far side.
Just having trouble holding on to that ball in the attacking half. Mikey Flint's going to come out far out of his net. Good assertiveness there.
And Daniel, that's a play where he is so far out of his net he can't catch it, right? He can't use his hands,
No.
he has to kick, right?
If you're outside of that 18-yard box, it's yellow on the field. You cannot use your hands. If you will, a red card straight away. Doesn't matter if it's unintentional. Souza goes towards Ramsey. Can he run onto it this time? Again, just too fast on these through balls.
And Daniel, I almost have to wonder, right? I mean, again, the Clockers play most of their games at the middle school, a totally different field. And I have to wonder, like different age, different, is this field at the high school faster than the one at the middle school in terms of?
It might be, but they should be pretty used to it with that game just a couple games ago. Although, again, the factor of the cold, I don't know if that plays a difference with, obviously the ball does feel harder on the foot, but if it feels a difference with skipping with the turf.
Again, it just seems like they're having some trouble with some fundamental things, like just judging those long balls in the air, those long kicks from the keeper.
Yeah, I know that we're hearing. I know that we have headsets on, but I'm still not hearing any talking with that Clocker side. You can definitely hear it with the Beavers, just not with the Clockers. Sort of out of it for this first half. Under 2 minutes to go. Stoppage time in play. Oh,
Flint's gonna let that one sail wide. So, Clock on the scoreboard is now frozen at 2 minutes. They are keeping time on the field. Any extra time the refs deemed required here. And we'll just have to listen for the whistle that'll let us know it's the end of the first half. Flynn boots it away. Beaver first one to have a head on it.
Borges, his first minutes into the game. Hadn't seen the ball. That was his first touch right there. A good play. Here's Quao Costa. Had Weidlich, but decided to play it up the field. And Weidlich went up.
Seemed like he decided to kick it right to a Beaver.
Keyshawn Graham with
There's
speed. There he goes. Graham. A big touch. Out of bounds for a corner kick. So hopefully one last chance for something.
I think he just had one too many touches on that. You know, by the time he put the shot on goal, he had taken himself out of a high percentage area.
Yep, and Dora was up and in his face. Here goes the header. Brilliant. Unbelievable play off the set piece.
So well executed.
Just like that, 1-1, and now we hear the crowd.
And Daniel, I got to tell you, if you give up a goal in the last minute or so of play, that one hurts even more. Clockers will try to take advantage of this change in momentum. Suddenly we have a tie game here, 1-1, deep in the first half.
Hard to see with the numbers all the way over there, but that was Noah Ramsey, right?
I honestly don't know what happened so fast.
I saw blonde hair.
There's the whistle to end the first half, so the Clockers get the equalizer in the final seconds of the first half to make it 1-1 as we go into halftime.
So it's the end of the first half here at WACA-TV. I'm Daniel Vetstein, Josh Abrams with me. 1-1, as Josh just said. We'll be back in a couple minutes after this.
You're watching Ashland High School Varsity Boys Soccer on WACA.
Blackstone Valley Beavers. It is currently 1-1. A late goal from Jamie Draper tied it up for the Clockers. It's senior night here at the Plateau. I'm Daniel Vetstein. Beside me is Josh Abrams. A quick foul, and the Beavers will get a quick free kick to start the second half off. And interesting, we're going to see number 22 of the Beavers, a long ball over the top, a one-time shot saved by Mikey Flynn. Interesting, we just saw there Nathaniel Cook, number 22 for the Beavers. He's one of the captains. He was just calling for a sub after just very early in the second half. Mikey Flynn with a good save. Ball's played to Lucas Velasquez, taken away from him. So pressure getting put on the Clockers early in this second half. So apologies, we called Noah Ramsey with the goal. It's actually Jamie Draper. So Draper ties it up 1-1.
That one was so much fun to watch. So well executed. A corner kick, header right in front of the net for the goal.
A deep throw in looking towards that box. Couldn't get a good shot off.
Seems to be the Beaver specialty on that play. That long throw in right to the middle of the box.
Velasquez plays it towards Condrado, taken away. And a foul there on Josh Steinberg.
So it seems like everybody on the field wants to get this game over as quickly as possible. We had an abbreviated halftime there as the temperatures continue to drop.
Opportunity here. Offsides. It was Matthew Drons, number 7, the senior and captain, just couldn't hold the line.
I felt my eyes go wide when I saw him behind, all alone, uncovered, with a great opportunity. But you know, he was uncovered because he was offsides.
Borges went up the middle. No one was there. Beaver ball again. Here's Daniel Turner, number 22, another senior. And there's Lucas Soma, another senior. Again, senior night here at the Plateau, celebrating all the Clocker seniors. We have so many. Ball played out of bounds. It will be a Beavers throw-in.
Yeah, Daniel, you announced 18 seniors for the Clockers.
18 seniors. All in one breath.
Yeah, very impressive, very impressive. 18 seniors, 5 juniors, 2 sophomores on this 25-man roster.
Yep, 2 sophomores being Kyle Costa and Tiago Jacob. Kyle's gotten some minutes, but haven't seen Jacob yet tonight. Velasquez touched it out of bounds for a throw-in, very deep in. Looking towards that box, a header. No one could get on it. Flynn jumps out onto that one.
Okay, it seems like most of this early action here in the second half has been centered in the Clocker defensive end. So let's see if we can get things turned around here, put some more pressure on the Beavers.
So we mentioned before in the first half, both teams playoff bound, the Clockers being the 6th ranked right now, and then Blackstone Valley Beavers are the 12th. So an early head-to-head matchup for something we could see in the playoffs. 1-1, it's just shown everything that we want to see so far in a game. Turner trying to get a touch on that one, couldn't, but Steinberg's there. And that one was trying to play to Turner. It was Fong. Turner was still in an offsides position, so free kick given Mason Dorr, who played incredible that first half, keeper for this Beavers team.
Yeah, we expected a tight game, and we've definitely got it tonight. Again, tied up on the scoreboard. The good opportunities probably favor the Beavers just slightly, but good close game, plenty of action so far tonight. Those of you watching, whether you're on the live stream or catching this later on demand, you are getting treated to some world-class high school soccer.
Yep, substitutions, Lucas Soma, Jace Raw, and Lucas Velasquez coming out back onto the field. Noah Ramsey followed with others.
Misplayed there by the Beavers, but has the wherewithal to gather and continue the play.
Really good cross towards that other side of the field. And a good tackle by Fong to get that one out. Carvalho playing that midfield position, captain of this team. Plenty of space in front of him, plays to Turner. Steinberg too big of a touch and taken swiftly away by this Beaver side. Although it is tied, the Clockers have had trouble in the midfield and top. Holding possession, we saw through balls, couldn't get all the way over there, just like that, too far. Wondering if it's too cold and then something after the play, but Dorr able to hold on to that one.
Yeah, one of the things we've been seeing plaguing the Clocker side, what you've been calling the big touches, right? You know, it comes off the foot and comes off too far for them to make the play. It leads more often than not to turnovers.
Yeah, and that could be a factor of the cold. When it's cold, the ball feels harder on the feet, kind of feels like a rock. Sometimes you don't want to kick it, but if you're playing soccer, you got to kick it. So foul just about at the 45-yard line. Jamie Draper, goal scorer, looking towards that far side. It was Graham running onto that one, but too far.
And again, another one of our common themes tonight for the Clockers, too far.
Yep.
Passes are too far. The through balls are too far. But again, the cold could be a factor, right? The ball is harder. It seems to come off the foot further, on those big touches and on those through passes. 32 and a half to go in regulation. Game is tied at 1. If you're joining us on internet radio here in the second half, your clockers are going from left to right, Beavers from right to left. Clockers wearing the home blue jerseys and the Beavers in bright white with purple accents and black shorts.
And you can see the captains wearing those orangish armbands. Here's Keyshawn Graham, so much speed with him. Daniel Turner's there with it. Graham ends up winning it back.
You were right, Graham had a burst of speed down that far side.
Keyshawn Graham, along with Arthur Souza, just have some incredible pace that's otherworldly.
So I certainly remember Arthur from the past season or two of announcing these games, but Keyshawn Graham seems to be a new name to me.
Keyshawn Graham has been playing soccer for high school for all 4 years. Interesting story. Freshman year, started off on the freshman team. By the end of the season, he was on varsity. And ever since that, normal varsity player. So Graham, really one of the stars for this team for the past 4 years. Most likely will be an all-star this year.
Morris seems to be doing a little gamesmanship there, just ensuring that a clocker can't put a foot on that. Ball goes out of bounds. Right in the corner. It'll be a throw in here for the Beavers. On the near side, deep in their own end. Beaver substitution here. Can't quite make out that number on the front. Is that number 6, Ben Ravelli?
So, yep.
Okay, Ravelli fresh into the game here.
And they'll throw it right at him. Ramsey able to get his body in front.
Good positioning there. Clocks are kind of pinned in here on the near sideline.
A good play by Carvalho. And the Clockers work really hard on playing in small spaces. It's really what separates the great players from the good players.
Okay, 30 minutes to go here. 1-1 tie. Ashland BVT, the Blackstone Valley Tech. Some good, quick, crisp passes by the Beavers.
Tried to go in behind, but good step up by Hunter Meggs.
Ball gets kicked high up in the air, controlled by Noah Ramsey.
Costa just controlling that play in the midfield. It's interesting, Keyshawn Graham playing midfield currently. That kind of moves wherever he wants. Typically a winger.
Clockers are able to reverse field here. It's on the far side now.
Yeah, it was Tiago Jacob who had the ball run in behind him.
Reverse field now back to the near side.
Here's Borges. Borges been on this varsity team for 3 years. Good step by Bailey Fogg. And plays it through to Daniel Turner, but Dorr. Brilliant play, but Turner with some physical activity, and now a foul called on him, and the fans do not like that one. Well, a bit of a shoulder, you can't do that, especially when it's the keeper.
Oh, the keeper gets outside that box. He's fair game, right?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe not to the degree of hockey.
Was he outside of the box when that first interaction happened? Because free kick is inside the box. Borges. Substitutions for both sides. Arthur Souza coming in for Daniel Turner. On the other side, Captain Matthew Drawn's just going to take a quick break on the field is Ethan Pepin.
So Daniel, a question coming in for you from chat on our YouTube feed. With so many seniors graduating, 18 of them, and only 5 juniors behind them and 2 sophomores, what do you think the prospects are for next season, looking ahead, right? How's that depth going to play out for next year?
It's going to be difficult. I think just looking at how the roster looks right now, there's going to be a couple tough years for this Clockers team, but I feel like they will be able to bounce back in the end, give it 2 or 3 seasons.
Okay. Makes a lot of sense to me.
I think next year won't be as big of a problem as the year after that.
So I just, admittedly don't have a lot of knowledge about the JV team or how much talent, or how much ability is happening down there. For me, down on the farm, right? JV, the feeder for varsity. So I know the class down that's going to be graduating from the middle school this spring is laden with athletic talent. So it'd be interesting to see what happens. Great opportunity. The streaking was that I can't.
Souza. It was Souza with the shot, and Noah Ramsey tried to.
It was Ramsey at the other end. Okay. So really good opportunity there for the Clockers. As we got to focus on the present. Let's focus on the future. But our colleague Rob Silver submitted that question on chat. Rob, glad to have you with us. Glad you're watching here on a Saturday night, earning a nice bit of rest after last night's Ashland-Holliston football game here on the plateau.
Well, if there's a lot of talent coming in from the middle school, then I'm not sure. I mean, I don't know them personally.
Sure. I don't think that middle school talent is going to be making an impact on varsity for the next couple of years.
Yeah. Well, who knows? You could be Andre Costa. You could be a Noah Ramsey. Keyshawn Graham get on the team first year. But either way, Coach Moda going to put some work into them, find the stars, and work talent into them. The stoppage. A yellow card given.
For Noah?
Noah Ramsey? Did you see what happened? I did not see
No,
what
it's
happened.
completely behind the play. I didn't see any of it, but Noah's heading for the sideline. He's shrugging his shoulders too. He's not sure what happened there,
Yeah.
but
Souza's asking what happened. Maybe he muttered something under his breath that the ref didn't like. We saw Souza get a yellow card last game. Already one for Costa this game, and now another Noah Ramsey.
okay, well, end result here is the Beavers have a free kick and midway up their defensive zone. Long pass ahead to the far side. Gathered in, kicked away. Clockers have it on the far sideline, still dribbling around, trying to get it out.
So I got a question.
Just one?
Yep. Just well, maybe there's a follow-up. We'll see how it goes. So obviously this game's not a league game. With whichever team wins, does that impact their MIIA rankings, or is that just something on the score sheet?
Yeah, I mean, as far as I know, they all count. I mean, I've still never really figured out how they calculate the rankings. There's a lot of factors involved. Obviously, wins, losses. In order to advance to the playoffs, not only do you have to have that ranking, you have to play a minimum number of games, have a minimum number of wins, but strength of schedule plays into it. League versus non-league. I think that to an extent they all have an impact.
The conference, you think? The league games are conference teams?
Yeah, I mean, again, the Clockers are playing in the Tri-Valley League, so to me that's their conference, right?
Yeah.
That's their league. Blackstone, I have to apologize. Off the top of my head, I don't know what league BVT plays in, but again, it's a complicated formula. I never really understood it with how the NCAA does it at the college level. I certainly can't figure it out with the MIAA.
BVT's in the Colonial League.
Thank you, Colonial. Okay.
They're ranked 14 in Massachusetts. On the other side, Ashland's ranked 66th in Mass, so really high rankings for BVT.
So those rankings you're referring to, who's issuing those rankings? 'Cause we've been talking about the power rankings within the division, which is what determines the playoff seedings.
Those are Massachusetts rankings.
But what body in Massachusetts? Like, the Commonwealth of Massachusetts is not ranking soccer teams.
I'm not sure.
Okay. Play continues here, so I have to discount the these rankings you're pulling off the internet without a source until we know better. We got to go with the MIA rankings for now.
They're on Max Preps. Here's Souza. Plays this one to Keyshawn Graham. Graham, brilliant save by Dorr.
It's an amazing save. Dorr saved that with both hands and I think a bit of his face. And the ball popped up in the air and landed right in his hands. Best opportunity of the night for the Clockers besides the header off the corner kick toward the end of the first half that scored their lone goal.
So back to the beginning of all that, we're talking about rankings. My point was that this game plays a pivotal part into what seed the Clockers will get in the playoffs. Determines if they get home field for 2 games, just 1 game. Could be very pivotal.
Mm-hmm.
We just got word that non-league games do count. So again, very pivotal game from both sides to determine where they fall when it comes to the bracket.
Absolutely. I mean, obviously they are both making the playoffs this deep into the season, but still can't afford to be complacent. You still need every win you can get. You want to keep moving up those rankings as much as possible. Through pass here. Good communication between Draper, the defenseman,
and Mikey Flynn.
And Mikey Flynn, the keeper.
Yep. Jamie used his body to get the defender away from the ball, so Flynn had an opportunity to run and pick that one up. And pushing and shoving gives the Clockers a ball.
Yeah, it looked like the Clockers are getting a little bit outworked there.
That's interesting. Their motto is never outworked.
On that particular exchange, it did look like they're getting a little bit outworked, and then they caught the break. Foul called against the Beavers. It's going to be a retribution here. Foul called now against the Clockers.
And Jamie Draper.
So another question from WACA colleague Rob Silver on the chat. He wants me to ask you, what is the fastest land animal on Earth? I think I know the answer to that. I'm not sure why he's asking you that.
There's 2 options. You could say Keyshawn Graham, or you could say a cheetah.
I was thinking cheetah.
Yeah.
But you never quite know what's going on in the mind of Rob Silver. Play continues here. We're just about the 21-minute mark. 21 minutes to go in regulation. Got a tie game between, again, a couple of MIAA Division III heavyweights, the Ashland Clockers and the BVT Beavers. And are we getting a corner kick here for the Clockers from the far end?
We are.
Okay. Connected on the last one. Let's see what happens now.
I'm scared with these questions. I feel like Rob's putting me on, am I smarter than a 3rd grader?
Hard enough that you're still, you're a high school senior, you got all these classes and exams, and now you're getting questions on the weekends. Here's the corner kick attempt. It's high, it's deep, and it's in!
An Olympico goal! Unbelievable from the corner kick!
Clockers take the lead 2-1. Both goals coming on corner kicks.
That is otherworldly. We rarely see Olympico goals, ever, even in the pros.
So, Daniel, really quick, just explain what you mean by that term.
It's the term that's called when the ball is kicked, when it's a corner kick, and it doesn't touch anyone. The ball curves by itself into the net. So unbelievable, Andre Costa.
So if this game's being played on FIFA 25 right now, right?
Yeah,
that's
FIFA.
like FIFA for 25. That's like expert level, right? It's pro level kind of.
Pretty much, you can't even do that. Like, system doesn't even allow you to really do that.
Incredible play there. I'm glad we got to see that. So just over 20 minutes to go in regulation. Clockers now up 2-1.
Yeah, the curve you have to put on that ball is just extraordinary. Amazing job from Andre Costa. We can't express it enough. That's a goal for the history books. I'd be surprised if that was the first ever Olympico goal for the Clockers.
It felt like BVT was playing tight, aggressive soccer before, and it feels like they're just ratcheting it up a notch. They're down a goal, and they they want to get back into this one.
Interestingly enough, we just found out that this is Andre Costa's second Olympico goal. He actually scored one last year in a playoff game. Unbelievable. So well, we know he plays for IFA. He's an incredible player, but 2 Olympico goals for Ashland is unbelievable.
It's starting to get a little dangerous here. The Beavers getting deeper and deeper in Ashland territory. Still have control of the ball. Moving so quickly. Here's a shot in, but wide short side. And Daniel, just to follow up, before that incredible Costa goal, you were asked a question about the fastest land animal on Earth. It turns out you answered correctly. It is the cheetah. And for some reason, Rob is pulling quotes now from Airplane 2. Classic film. Not as classic as the original Airplane.
I've only seen the first one.
Okay. So there you go. So very impressive. You have some 80s movie knowledge.
Yeah.
I'm not going to hold it against you. I'm impressed that you've seen it. How did you like Airplane?
It was pretty good, yeah.
Okay.
I guess that so far, Blackstone chose fish.
Well played, sir. Well played.
Still, obviously,
the Beavers never have a second cup of coffee at home.
17 and more than a half minutes left to play, so more time for the Beavers to come back. But you can definitely tell the atmosphere has changed so much now. It's senior night. In the beginning of the game, there was not a lot of noise. The crowd was pretty quiet.
Well, the Beavers scored that first goal early, and it really took the crowd out of it.
It definitely changes. This one's...
Sorry, I just react to any kind of time there's that kind of contact right in front of the net, but Mikey Flynn comes up big there. Great crossing attempt by the Beavers, but Mikey Flynn stepped up, made a crucial save to preserve a 2-1 Clocker lead here in the second half.
It was almost like a hit-stick tackle. Flynn was able to pick that one up and walk away from that very quickly. Flynn, very strong.
So, by the way, I think you feel like you're kind of an innocent bystander here. I think Rob might be feeling a little, I caught him. He didn't know. I was doing pop movie question for him, movie question recently. And what I thought was a pretty straightforward one from Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. He did not come up with it. So I think, he's trying to pass the buck now and trying to stump you. But high school senior, like I showed Chase, my son, who's now a college freshman, I showed him Airplane a couple years ago. And he didn't enjoy it nearly as much as I did at his age. So I started wondering maybe Airplane just didn't age well.
Yeah, maybe. Saw it at camp, so I got counselors put me onto that one.
Mm-hmm. It's the kind of movie that people have just seen 100 times and they just start doing all the lines. And if you haven't seen it before, it's kind of hard to follow because everybody's saying the lines. But back here in Ashland on the plateau, the Clockers up 2-1, under 16 minutes to go in regulation. Clockers with the ball in their own end on a throw-in on the far side. Intercepted and controlled momentarily, at least, by the Beavers.
And Kyle Costa subs back in for the Clockers. Keyshawn Graham just drilling around. Unbelievable.
360.
And it stays with them somehow, sort of like that Julian Alvarez goal in the World Cup. Costa chips it up. Souza. Unbelievable, Souza couldn't finish.
Souza dribbled through or around 3 players, including the keeper, And again, a stay-at-home defenseman is able to prevent another Ashland goal. It's at least the second time tonight it's happened. The Clockers able to catch the keeper out of goal, but not able to cash in. And somehow out of all of that, it's turned over to the Beavers.
That would have for sure put this one away. And now the Clockers have to fight for another one to make this advantage a 2-goal game.
Yeah, obviously prefer having the lead in this situation, but 1-goal lead is precarious at best in this one.
Here's Costa trying to figure things out, hopefully get a third. Plays it to his little brother, and now Enrique with it. And Thiago Jacob mistouched that one. The substitutions for this Beavers side. One of them coming back on is Barroso, number 10, another captain of this team. Fight for the ball in the midfield. Felipe Carvalho wins it. In the end, take it away from him. So commentator's curse right there.
Yeah, so Daniel, I mean, question to you. I'm just curious, right? Hold on, see how this play plays out.
Flynn's able to step up and take that one. Good assertiveness from him, but yep, as you were saying.
Okay, so Clockers 1-goal lead, under 15 minutes to go. Obviously, you don't want to take too many risks offensively and risk turning the ball over, giving a great opportunity right back to the Beavers. You want to preserve that lead. So how do you play it? Do you try to, if you're Thiago Motta, the head coach, do you say, keep playing our game, keep playing, doing exactly what we've been doing the whole night, or do you start playing a little more conservatively and start playing back and ensure, trying to do whatever you can to play strong defense?
Yeah, well, the Clockers usually play in a 4-3-3 position with 3 midfielders. Usually they're all standard line or sometimes can go up, but I think what Coach Motta should think about, or if he hasn't done it already, is put one of those midfielders down into a holding position. There is a player hurt on the field, but able to get up on his own will. It's good to see that putting one of those midfielders in a holding position in between the midfield line, defensive line, controlling that field of play is something that we've seen Costa do, but maybe just farther down into the field. It seems like Enrique, as right now, is doing exactly that. You can see Costa and the other Costa in one line, and Enrique beneath as a shot on goal from Souza.
That was a bullet, too. He got a lot on it, but keeper Dorr makes another excellent save. He's been doing a great job in net. Again, feels like the Beavers have had a few more good opportunities, but keeper's doing a great job in there for the Beavers tonight. And not to take anything away from Mikey Flynn. I mean, only 1 goal so far.
There's a long shot, Flynn, right on cue with a great save.
Yep. And again, I applaud both keepers have done a great job coming out, taking down angles, and just taking good opportunities away from each offense.
Yeah, both keepers really have been super assertive in this game. That's something you really want to see from a keeper. If you're too timid, ball could get too close to the net and an easy shot opportunity. Mm-hmm. But able to hold their lines pretty well and come up when they need to. Meggs and Houlihan fighting with the ball. It will be Beavers throwing.
Good defensive play by Meggs to get a foot on that, get it out of bounds, slow things down here against the Beavers. Not sure that header went where it was intended, right in front, right? Right in the middle, but play continues. I have a little bit of a collision here. Clocker is down.
It's
back
hard
up.
To see.
Yep.
Looks like it was Thiago Jacob, but he's up.
Hey, Clocker's chasing the ball here just a little bit. That ball goes to the right side of the flag for
a throw-in.
The Clockers, right. Dangerously close to that flag. It could have gone either way. Under 10.5 to go in regulation. And this Beaver's taking the long run in here for the throw. Line drive, blocked aside, but back out to that Beaver right in the corner. Going to get a shot on. No angle, out of bounds. Clocker ball. Got a whistle here, getting some substitutions. That's just one.
Bailey Fong back in as it looks.
Clock continues to run here. Under 10 minutes to go in regulation. Clocker's up 2-1.
Flynn plays it short. Draper up the field. Scored that first goal off that incredible header.
Again, both Clocker goals tonight coming on corner kicks.
Costa with plenty of speed coming onto that one. Now it is Keyshawn Graham's ball on that top side of your screen. Arthur Souza try to thread it back to Graham. Clocker's just able to hold possession in a long shot trying to catch the keeper off guard.
Right in the bread basket.
Yeah. Tiago Jacob. Another step up from Costa and more speed with him. Bunch of Beavers around him, tries to go for the cross, gets deflected out of bounds.
And that throw-in, or that pass ahead, one of the few mistakes I would say Mason Dorr has made tonight, the keeper. Just unnecessarily throwing it out there. Clocker's able to almost turn that into something.
Noah Ramsey back on the field. Felipe Carvalho takes a quick break.
So did his penalty time and now back into the game off that yellow card.
Has to be more careful now. Can't do any fouls that should not be done. Fong just holding possession. This ball played right at the feet and stoppage of play. Beaver is down. A balloon pops. He seems all right. Interesting. Usually when a play is stopped for an injury, you have to come out for a play, then come back in. Seems like they're allowing him to stay on the field. He got up quick enough.
Okay, so free kick here for the Beavers, all the way up to midfield. Bailey Fong.
Well, it's actually a drop kick. Since it was in Clocker possession, it was a injury on the play. It's Souza!
Ramsey tried to keep it in while keeper was out of position.
Unbelievable turn by Costa, but Dorr is able to pick that one up. So back to the drop kick. Injury on the play. It was in Clocker possession, so what they'll do to make it fair, have the Beavers kick it back towards the Clockers and let the Clockers start over with possession again.
Oh, okay. Appreciate the explanation. That's like 200-300 level soccer. I didn't know that one.
And a foul called.
Foul called by the back judge from the other side of the field. Gets a big cheer from the Ashland faithful here in the stands.
Yeah, Machado is the one called with the foul.
Ticking down to about 7 minutes to go in regulation. Clockers with a free kick here.
Andre Costa.
Headed aside by the Beavers and nicely played and now driven deep into Clocker territory.
Flynn's deciding to come out. What is he doing?
That started off looking like brilliant play. Thought he was out of bounds when he touched it.
Yeah, it was very out of bounds. Torku able to somehow, you can definitely hear the fans.
Clocker scrambling here a little bit. Let's settle things down. Got the lead. Here's Ramsey. Couldn't beat the first defender. Turned over.
In the end, good play by Flynn. He came out, miscommunication. The ball was being head back to him by Lucas Arjona. If Flynn touched the ball with his hands, a red card would have been given to him, but got his hands out of the way just in time.
Looks like some kind of a foul call there against the Beavers. Yeah, we're
a lot to unpack right there.
But the clock continues to run here. It's starting to become the Clocker's friend. Under 6 minutes to go in regulation. Free kick here for the Clockers, just on the Beavers side of midfield.
It's Arjona.
A nice long kick heading in on the net.
Here's Souza. Souza with that shot. Great save by Dorr.
Keeper stonewalled him. Outlet pass back up top. Sousa, is that Sousa carrying on the side?
That is Thiago Jacob.
Thank you.
Or actually, excuse me, that is Clau Costa.
A couple of great scoring opportunities here for the Clockers. You're starting to feel the momentum shift. Clockers up 2-1. 5 minutes to go in regulation.
Well, Clockers, they're doing a great job, as you just said, with the opportunities in the attacking end. But then you got to be careful about the counterattack opportunities. How many defenders are you keeping deep? You got to be careful with that late
Absolutely.
in this game.
That's kind of what I was asking you about probably about 7 minutes ago in game time. Like, how do you play conservative? Do you don't want to get too aggressive on offense, but yes, you'd love to get that third goal, that insurance goal, late in the game. So the clock has stopped here on the scoreboard at 5 minutes, time being kept on the field as this ball rolls out of bounds.
Yeah, it was intended for Torku, number 15. He just slipped and fell.
Okay, so this will be a Clocker throw-in following a timeout on the field. So Daniel, again, I mean, this is the game we thought we hoped we'd get. We thought we'd get in pregame, and it has proven true. We are having a great time here tonight. Of course, always feels good when you're leading, and the Clockers do have that 2-1 lead late here in regulation.
Yeah, hopefully things stay the way they are and they move up the rankings. And then one last game after this, another home game back here against Hopkinton. You said that was Tuesday?
Tuesday night. Yeah, we'll have it here on WACA. Pete Clay coming in. He's not really retired. He helps us out every once in a while. He's a good guy, former president of the Clocker Club. And just looking through my notes here. Looks like game time 5:45, Tuesday night here on the Plateau against Hopkinton, finishing up the regular season. And by the way, speaking of the Clocker Club, and current president Jeremy Ramsey, his son Noah, senior here on the soccer team. Clocker Club is the official booster club of Ashland High School sports. In the past 12 years, they've provided more than $100,000 to Ashland athletics. Their signature fundraising events include a golf tournament, which was held at Shining Rock earlier in the fall, and a pancake breakfast on Super Bowl Sunday. You ever gone to that?
I have not actually.
Great time. Great time. Good food. It's not just pancakes, by the way. It's full breakfast. Super Bowl Sunday is when that happens, and if you'd like to get involved, they meet here at the high school the first Wednesday of every month at 7 p.m. To learn more about getting involved and or purchasing a membership, be sure to check out clockerclub.org.
So update, Tuesday's game will actually be at the middle school, so unfortunately it looks like not going to have commentating on that. Hopefully get it recorded. But either way, hopefully we'll see you back here for the playoffs. I'm sure they would like to have the home game here at the high school.
Okay, our source on that correction is Jeff Hall, the extraordinary director here at WACA, and I'll have to find out if Jeff's checking arbiterlive.com, the Arbiter website, or if he's getting his information directly from athletic director Kevin Anderson. Okay, well, there you have it. So we are getting the feed here in our headphones. Athletic Director Kevin Anderson, the source of the information, the update. Game will be taking place in the middle school. So, yes, unfortunately, that means game will not be carried on WACA. Local blackout rules apply.
These balls cleared away from pressure. Costa tried to get onto that one. It was Machado that slipped. And Arjona to boot it upfield for the Clockers. Ramsey just won't get there in time. Dorr.
Again, aggressively coming out. It's a right play. It's a smart play. Ball getting headed. It's making its way downfield toward the Ashland net via headers.
Jacob tried to clear it, didn't get his full foot on it, and still an opportunity for the Beavers to equalize late in this game. Headed away by Meggs. Keyshawn Graham can send. He does towards the other side. He was looking for Arthur Souza. Taken away by Machado. Or excuse me, that was not Machado. That was Camden Snow.
Okay, Clockers content to back pass here. Big boot by Flynn. Controlled at least momentarily by the Clockers. That's Fong. Again, Clockers trying to eat a little bit of clock here. And now we get a whistle.
Offsides is the call.
Wow, that is a mental mistake you can't afford this late in the game. So keeper coming all the way out here to the 35 to boot it downfield. Headed away by the Clockers. Well played.
Fong tries to find it back towards Costa. And Fong just trying to hold it. Torku out of bounds.
Good pressure by Arona there. Sorry, that's looked like Arona to me, but it was, yeah, it was Arona. I had it right.
This one going deep into some pressure. The header cleared away.
Get it out of the box.
Ooh, Lucas Arjona again.
Woo, take a breath, Clocker Nation. That was a little too close for comfort. And now a long throw-in coming up here deep in Clocker territory by the Beavers. Right in on net.
Mikey Flynn.
Got a hand on it, knocked it aside. Beavers another opportunity. Hard shot sails wide, long side. Clockers avoid disaster.
Looked like that one was going top corner.
Okay, late substitution here by the Clockers.
Felipe Carvalho in for Andre Costa.
Clockers clinging to a 1-goal lead late in regulation, 2-1. Keeper Mikey Flynn kicking away for the Clockers.
And he's calling his team to just get upfield. Costa
under heavy pressure,
but gets it away, and Fong playing that through ball with a little touch from Souza.
They've got numbers.
Here's Keyshawn Graham. Graham to Souza. Souza with the shot, saved by Dorr.
Incredible save by Dorr. Holy cow. Just does a great job of coming out, taking away the angle.
Souza again firing.
High, sails high over the crossbar. So the Clockers answer with a couple of great offensive opportunities themselves late here in regulation. Dorr, the keeper, boots it away.
Carvalho to Souza. Souza trying to put more pressure on. Took a little bit too much time to develop anything there, but Noah Ramsey uses his body, and now Costa carrying it up the field.
It's a nice job there by Ramsey.
Costa tried to switch it to Graham, and Graham is able to keep it in. Here's Carvalho, a man is on and taken away swiftly. And there it is, the full-time whistle, a sigh of relief for this Clocker Nation.
So the Clockers hang on to win 2-1. They were trailing early 1-0. And then a big corner kick. Even the score late, very late in the first half. The only goal in the second half, another Clocker corner kick. So the final is 2-1 Clockers as the Beavers suffer their first defeat of the season.
Yeah, so Beavers will go to 14-1-2. On the other hand, the Clockers go up to 11-4-2. So looking to see what that's going to look in the rankings the next couple days. We're over here.
Oh, sorry.
We're going to see what that does in the next couple days.
Didn't know you were over there.
With the rankings. See how that changes with the seeding towards that MIIA playoffs. Overall, amazing game. Exactly what we thought we'd see from two heavy hitters.
Absolutely. So, yeah, just a great game. You treated to a wonderful one here tonight. 2-1 is your final. So, any final thoughts, Daniel? I don't want to cut you off. Any final thoughts?
Just do everything you can to do that exact same performance next time Tuesday at the middle school.
Against Hopkinton.
Yep.
Okay, well, for Daniel Vetstein, for Luis on camera, for Jeff Hall down below in the control room, I'm Josh Abrams saying thanks for watching Ashland Boys Soccer on WACA.